Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be reviewing this insane $200,000 Mercedes Sprinter build. Now apparently this is built by Ultimate Toys, or at least that's what the badge on the side and the back suggests. But anyways, before we get into this crazy Sprinter, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to TJ Chapman Auto for giving me some time with this Sprinter. This is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. If you have any questions, need any help, just ask for Jensen. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is the 3-liter turbo diesel V6 that puts out 188 horsepower and then 325 pound-feet of torque. Now I know that some of you might be confused as to why this has this powertrain and this is technically a 2023. Well, this is a 2022 Sprinter, but the conversion is for a 2023 model year conversion, so the conversion is technically a 23. I know, confusing, but it is what it is. It's got a diesel, that's all that matters. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting here with the hood, you guys can see you've got the venting there on either side, which is really cool. And don't worry, we'll go over the rack in a moment. Now you guys can see you've got these LED lights here, you got the fog lights down below, and then notice how like the grill's been body painted, the bumper here at the bottom's also body painted as well, so it gives it a unique appearance. And when you put it all together, I think this Sprinter looks really good. Now coming on the side here, tire wheel setup is 245/70/17 in the front and over in the rear as well. You guys can see you've got these cool off-road wheels and really aggressive all-terrain tires as well. And then yes, this has been lifted. Look at that. Now the next thing you notice is we've got these fixed side steps here, which are important because this is a very tall van, so it'll help getting in and out of it. And then look at the exhaust tip there on the side. That's also another cool touch. And then here's your full side view of the Sprinter. I mean, this thing looks sweet and it's massive. Now I did quickly show the other side. You guys can see we've got a fresh water connection on this side, and then you've got a city water connection here on the other side as well. Oh, I almost forgot, you got your sewer outlet connection too. That's pretty cool. I've never seen a key fob wrapped up like this before. But anyways, we've got the key fobs, 3 of them actually, for this. Pretty basic. You've got your lock and unlock function, Mercedes logo there on the front, nothing too crazy. Now this right here is quite precarious. So here's opening the door, and you guys can see there's this like tube. Barely misses it, but it does miss it, so you can't open up the door. And then you guys can see here we've got like the quilted leather here, and like the whole thing's actually padded all the way up to the top. Complete overkill, but it definitely gives us more of like a luxury feel. Now normally this is where we'd open up the other door right here. You can see the latch right there, but this right here is obviously going to prevent us. You guys can see it's connected into the hitch, so it's not connected to the door, which means that if you open up the door, you'd open it up into the metal thing. Now, I do not know what any of this is. This is obviously all the electrical stuff. When I say I don't know what any of it is, there's obviously the chart here and everything. I'm just saying I don't know what goes to what, but yeah, it's here in the back of the Sprinter, and it's this nice like little wood panel. Well, now that I'm actually here in the back, we've got this really nice carpeting here, but obviously you got the plastic covering so that YouTubers' shoes don't get it all dirty. But anyways, another little thing for electrical stuff. And then there's ventilation, which is very important. You guys will understand in just a moment. And then you guys can see a little cargo net right there. And got a little light above the pooper. Yeah, this has a toilet. There is in fact a toilet in here. That's cool for the little toilet roll. And then you guys can see with the flushing and everything. And then look, we've got like a little curtain here so that you can have privacy while you're yeah. And then you've got some more leather trim down below, and it's like you got like this nice I don't think this is real wood. I think it's like the vinyl stuff, but still looks really high quality. Got a little switch right there, as you can see. And then we actually have a microwave back here. And then you got a sink in the rear as well as a refrigerator. I'm just imagining someone like cooking up a burrito while they're cooking up a burrito, if you get what I'm saying. Anyways, you can open this, and this will allow you to enter the passenger area. And then I kind of showed this earlier, but you guys can see that we've got the little receiver hitch rack here, and a little storage there with all of them. So that's another thing. Putting it all together so far, this thing is pretty sweet, and well, time to go up top. Okay, well, you guys are gonna go on a journey with me one-handedly, because I've got to film with the other hand. Anyways, we've got the rack up here, as you can see. So quite a bit of storage space. I don't know what the weight limit is, but usually with mostly it's like a few hundred pounds. But yeah, there's your rack. So I've got the microphone faced towards me, so that means the audio is gonna be a little bit weird in this clip. But anyways, we have officially reached the promised land. It's crazy back here. But anyways, you guys can see, like, this is so interesting. And then you got like vents all throughout, and you can see all the wood trim. I mean, if I take a few steps back here, you can see like all of the wood here. And then obviously we got the chairs in the back as well, which very nice leather here, by the way. And it's just so nice back here, honestly. And then there's these like captain chairs up front. Oh, they're so squishy. I mean, look at this thing. It's so nice. And look at this. We got like a whole sound system set up and everything. Got the outlets, got some cup holder action. And then you have a TV up here as well. If that wasn't enough for you guys, you can see the lighting up top as well. And even that has the freaking leather at the very front. That is so interesting. Got the remote control up there, actually. And then yeah, look at these. You got these like shades here in the back, so that yeah, you can block everything up. You can see the ladder there, which is kind of cool. Now here's the front door panel. You guys can see you've got like the factory leather trim here on the armrest, and then you have the upgraded leather trim down below, the added leather trim rather. Power adjustments for the seats. You got heated seats up front, memory seats. Got the controls for the mirrors. They do power fold in, and they've got blind spot monitoring as well. And then we actually have some stickers here, so you guys can see like the payload. And then Midwest Automotive Design. So I guess that's who actually built this. Oh, that's funny. They tell you how to tow it and everything, which is interesting. So here's the original payload, I guess, before you have the upgraded payload. So yeah, they've pretty much taken up almost like half of the payload, or actually yeah, over half the payload capacity for this build, because you're now down to 1600. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got really nice leather trim all around, and then this is normal Mercedes steering wheel, so you've got like controls for the infotainment system, you've got your volume voice command controls, you've got adaptive cruise control with this, turn signal stock, and then you got your windshield wiper stock, and we've got paddle shifters here on the back so you can shift the gears yourself. You guys can see the center gauge cluster here, and then this one looks like it has 1700 miles, so basically brand new. But you can just see different bits of info here in the center gauge cluster on the vehicle. Let's actually see what this has been averaging so far with, oh there we go, it's 10.9 miles per gallon. That's actually not that bad. Now this actually is a 360 camera system, which I think is super spiffy because this is such a big vehicle, so being able to see at a very single angle helps out. Now as to the rest of the infotainment system, I can control it with the steering wheel, or it is also a touchscreen as well. Responds really well. I do like the wood trim they've added around it. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting right now, but you got the Mercedes vents as well, and you guys can see down below like the volume controls and vehicle shortcut button and everything, and I guess these are just little storage pockets on either side. Now I do have some important controls for this. This is, I guess, our hill climb assist, and then you guys can see the four-wheel drive to put that on. And then we've got our master power and refrigerator buttons to turn that stuff on, and it'll actually illuminate if it's on, so that's pretty cool. And I got some more cup holder action right here, and then your unlock function as well. I realized I forgot to show the front seats, so you guys can see quilted there, and then also in the center, so just as nice as the seats there in the back as well. So there's like leather trim all over everything, and you got a little glove box storage space there, and then a useless mirror because like obviously like there's a partition and everything back there, so it's funny that it has a rear view mirror. They even did leather on the visors. That's so overkill. That is so overkill. But there's kind of storage above the visors, but they also kind of took it up here with this whole thing with the leather, and then obviously the TV there at the top, which is, it's kind of weird to have a TV above your head. I just found the holy grail. We have seat massagers, and these are like the aggressive seat massagers that actually give you a massage, not like the ones that you have at the or in regular cars. Like, goodness gracious, that's cool. And by the way, the passenger gets one too, but I don't see any seat massagers on those ones. They do have adjustments on the seats, which is nice. Haha. So anyways, wrapping things up, I don't have a Maroni or anything for this vehicle. Again, it's pre-owned, but I'm assuming that this build, brand new Sprinter plus all the equipment, I mean, it's got to be over $200,000 for everything in. But anyways, let's see how it drives. I guess let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And yeah, there's no visibility throughout the rest of the rear. So anyways, let us set off in this Sprinter. Now, this is kind of an interesting thing to do with driving, but I think that people that are thinking about buying something like this are interested in how it drives, right? I think that's very important. Like, hey, is this fast? Is it slow? Also, the receiver hitch thing, it's causing the parking sensors to kind of freak out a little bit. You can kind of hear things flexing in the cabin, which is interesting to say the least. Actually getting up and moving here in the Sprinter. Good torque out of the diesel so far. It'd be interesting to see how this drives with the new all-wheel, like this setup with the new all-wheel drive setup and the new diesel powertrains. Because I've driven the new Sprinter and it's definitely a lot quicker than this version. But again, that's not what the Sprinter's about, right? The Sprinter's about space and capability. That is for sure. These seats are really comfortable. And why the heck am I not getting a massage? Let's get my little massage thing out. It's like the ones in the stores that are like super vibraty. Let's do zigzag? What is that? Let's do zone 2. Wave. Okay, there we go. Whoa! This feels so weird. I'll take it though. I'll take a massage while I'm reviewing cars. The suspension's actually really comfortable. Let's see over these train tracks. Yeah, it actually does really well. Now I will say this is a vehicle that you definitely, you don't really have any urgency to drive quick. It's some of those vehicles where you're like, yeah, I'm just okay with just getting along and moving. Okay, that massage is actually too much. We're turning that off. It's, it turned back on. I accidentally clicked the button again. Oops. Okay, there we go. I think I'm good. But I mean, yeah, so far so good. This drives well. Okay, well, we're gonna kind of get on it a little bit here. Yeah, it's not quick, but it does have enough power to move it. And the transmission's really smooth. Okay, we'll get our little Mexico acceleration here. You know, it's honestly not that bad. It's honestly not that bad with the acceleration. Let's see how the handling is going around. Usually I use this for sporty SUVs and cars and everything, but you know what? It actually drives really well. You're probably not going to be cruising in the fast lane in this, but I mean, again, I don't feel like that's the point. I feel like the point of this is, you know, either as like a party bus or, you know, little family trip in a much more comfortable manner compared to, you know, a regular car. So yeah, summing things up, oh man, turbo lag. I think this thing looks really cool on the outside. Super nice interior. I like this conversion. Now this is not the conversion that I personally think I would go for, because this is more of like an RV kind of like, hey, let's go on a family trip and be more comfortable type vehicle, rather than, I'm kind of more interested in the RVs that are like, you know, camping style, right? Where they have like a shower and a kitchen and all that kind of stuff, but this is still really cool. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you prefer this or if you prefer the like camper conversions. And this is the first time I've driven a vehicle where I see something like that and I'm like, am I gonna hit? I obviously know I'm like nowhere close, but still, that's how tall this thing is. Let me know what you guys think.